In the bottom. In the bottom. He's on the cut bank.
Well, that was a complete mess. We had coyotes, we had 2 coyotes coming. One of them stopped here at about 50 yards. John couldn't see him, so I told John I'll shoot right-handed. And this is the first time I shot this gun, and I think it went off a little bit before I was ready. And I'm not sure if I got him or not. I never saw him run out. Well, I think we're gonna have to go try again.
It's mid-December, and we're going to be chasing coyotes in southern Colorado. We're hunting on the Ute Mountain Indian Reservation. The very first place I ever made a fur taker show was with Bill Countess. Bill's one of the only 4 guys alive that has 2 world championships. Bill started this contest back in '88. He brought the world championship back to life, and we really owe this championship to Bill and Judy, his wife, the dedication they've shown through the years, and it's really cool to be back on Bill's home turf. You know, there's a lot of guys say they've killed 4,000 to 5,000 coyotes. Bill's the only guy I know alive that's done it. I really think Bill's the only one in that class, and to be back here with his son-in-law, John Brown, for John to take the time, we're really blessed to be here.
I think the biggest blessing of being out here is being here with Bill. You know, Bill kind of mentored us into the coyote hunting, and you know, been a father figure for both Al and I in the hunting. And so to come back to, you know, Bill's stomping grounds and hunt some of the stands that Bill took us on, you know, it just meant a lot to me.
The next stand is a perfect scenario. We were kind of at the head of this canyon, or on one of the side chutes of this canyon, and we started calling.
We're sitting there calling along, and once again I hear Al Lipkiss. I don't even see this coyote, and I look over, and there he is, just standing like a beacon in the sunlight.
Right in front of us, Mike. Right in front of us. Well, I probably could have gave him a little more time, but after that first one, I guess I was a little impatient.
How'd that feel?
Good.
You like that trigger now, don't you?
Well, I just had to get to figure out how it worked.
Garvin made a heck of a shot, 200 yards, 180 yards, something like that. And we had our first coyote down on the ground. It's a good feeling. You know, we made our second stand in the morning. We had a coyote on the ground, and we're off and running. Did you see all the dog tracks in this dirt? Yeah. There's a gazillion coyotes out here. John brought us in here, and this is our second stand. We've seen 4 coyotes. I can just tell it's one of those good days. Good job, partner.
Thanks.
Nice job. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, John.
You bet. Thanks for coming.
Well, we're gonna keep doing. We'll see fur takers here. We got the Ute Mountain right behind us over here to the right, and we're running John's country, so we're with John Brown. We're gonna see what we can do today, see how many coyotes we can put on film for you. Let's go get another one, guys.
I'm gonna let you shoot so I don't have to carry it next time.
I got my partner of 20 years. Me and Garvin Young just won our 4th world championship. We've hunted 20 years together, and we're gonna be with John Brown, Bill Countess' son-in-law, and we're gonna be hunting coyotes on the Ute Mountain.
Winning the world championship's tough. I mean, I guess any competition's hard to win, but the world championship, you know, it seems like it takes us just about 10 years every time, but, you know, I guess it was 9 years this time, but it was great to finally get on top again.
Winning it once was a dream come true, and it was the first year we ever entered, 1997. We endured 11 years to win our second world championship. We back-to-backed it in 2008 for our third. To have our third world championship was awesome. To get number 4, it seems pretty sweet. We're down here on the Ute Mountain. There's 1 million acres we get to run around on, so I think we can find some coyotes in 1 million acres. Hopefully we can find some coyotes in 1 million acres. You never know. We hiked down into this little wash. I was on the left, John was in the middle, Garvin was on the right. We started calling. Sure enough, a pair pops out of the wash right 50 yards from Garvin.
Right there. Right there.
They could come right up the channel without us seeing them, but sure enough, that's where they come up.
On that hillside. You got him? Got him.
Stayed on the call, went right back into a calling sequence, played some Pup Distress 3, and here come a coyote right Broadway in the bottom.
Coming right up the ditch. Right in the middle.
We just doubled. Right there.
Yeah. He's over here.
Male. Nice coyote. If you're gonna go for the double, always pick the closer one of the two. But this is the epitome of a western stand. You got this draw, you got these rocks. We know the rabbits. We kind of keyed in on that, didn't we, Garv?
Yeah.
Find these rocks, find these nooks and crannies that hold the rabbits. And when you find that, the coyotes are gonna be in proximity. And there's cattle right here on the other side of this fence. So that's another, coyotes are always gonna be in proximity to cattle. And our theory's holding true. We've made 3 stands, seen 7 coyotes now. We got 3 of them in the truck. Our percentage isn't great, but we're helping the cause. And it's just cool. They're so furred up. I mean, look at the fur on this dude. We called it getting Jacksoned in Oklahoma. We'll just call it getting younged here in Colorado, me and Brown.
Yep.
Well, you guys can join in anytime. Let's go.
Hey, I'll get younged all day. I don't care. No.
The Ute's really the epitome of western hunting. You can go into the sagebrush areas where it's real tight, or you can go into the open, wide open areas where you're going to be shooting at 150 to 300 yards.
With the Ute area, you know, there's very, very limited access, and that's the good thing about it. In fact, that's how we hunted with Bill, is because he was the only one that could hunt it. And now it's John, you know, his son-in-law is the only one that can hunt it. So that's the only access you get.
I'm the Predator Patrol Officer for the Ute Reservation. I got that job mainly because Bill had it for 20 years. I hope I can hang on to it. I love hunting out there. I love the history of the Ute. Seeing some of the old ruins is great, but it doesn't compare to shooting those coyotes out there. The dogs out there right now are full. Their pelts are beautiful. And nobody's been out there hunting for a while, so it's pretty good hunting right now.
We got up there on the mountain, started calling, and John sees this coyote coming off the hill. You see him? Oh, okay. He's right in the middle. He's gonna come in right here.
And we're looking at him probably 700-800 yards, and he's just working his way closer and closer and closer. And this coyote's coming to the far left, so we know he's gonna come right in Al's wheelhouse.
You got him? Oh, I missed. Stay on him. Hit him right there. Oh, he's still going a little. I had to give him a warning shot and then we killed him. I'm sure he's dead right there.
There's hair here. There's hair here. Here, here, here. And look what's laying right here. That is a big male coyote. I mean, big male. Look at the chompers on that dude.
He won't be killing nothing anymore.
Well, that's 4 for today. Let's keep going. We still got a couple stats before it gets dark. We're gonna keep going. Glad you're along, fur takers, right here. This is the spot, isn't it? Nice shot, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Look at that big old male. Look at that fur. Somebody let the hair out of him.
Coming right up the ditch, right in the middle.
Oh, I missed. Down him. You will notice the CS-24 in one bush and a shockwave in the other. Even though the shockwave can run the Fox Fusion and run 2 sounds at the same time, we noticed that having 2 sound sources might pay off.
We have the shockwave going. We have a CS-24, sometimes 2 shockwaves, and we're playing sounds different directions and different sounds. You know, we'll play birds with some distress, or, you know, sometimes we'll play both calls with bird sounds. And sometimes both calls with distress, you know, so we just like changing it up just so it sounds like a lot's going on over here and they're missing out.
Running the 2 different collars, you can switch your sounds up. You can go through and find the ones that they like a lot quicker and bring them in quicker.
I'm telling you, you ought to run 2 collars. It might surprise you how good it can be. It was getting late. It was 4 o'clock. We only got an hour maybe of light left. And we're up on these hills. We're looking in some cedar trees, got sagebrush below us.
I'm kind of looking at the right towards the road, and I don't think nothing's going to come that way. And John's kind of to the far left, and Al's kind of in the middle on this one.
And all of a sudden I look right below me and there's a coyote. Coyote right in the bottom. Got him. John Brown, nice shot. Boom, baby. I gave him one more for good measure. Where'd he come from, Garv?
Actually, I don't know.
Let's go get him. What a tough dog, nice shooting. Hey, that first one counts. We just got a really nice female. Yep, she ain't gonna make pups. The guys are gonna be happy, aren't they? They're just so pretty haired up right now. They really are.
One tough dog.
Nice job. Here we are, number 5 for today. It's our first day here with John. John's the new man here on the Ute Mountain. And we're just so glad you're along, fur takers here. And we're in the Four Corners region, Colorado. We'll see you down the road. You can tell John's a chip off the old block. Even though he married into the family, he's been paying attention to Bill a lot. And he knows this country. He knows how to move through it. We got to this one spot, he said, let's call this canyon.
We're sitting back there calling through this little channel, and I hear Al, you know, lip kiss, he sees one.
Coyote. Coyote right in the bottom, boys. See him? Kind of going to the right. Shoot him, Garv. Nice shot. He's running. Nice shot, Garvin Young. Nice follow-up shot, John. Nice. Booyah, Garvin Young. Nice shot.
Thanks, Al.
See him right there. That is a beautiful dog. That's the winner of the trip. She's not a yoy. Look at the wear. That's a big old female. I wonder if she's had a litter or two out here already. That's an old dog.
That's why she was way out.
Yeah, that's why she didn't run us over.
We got 5 yesterday. We missed one, killed another one today. We are gonna get blown out. It's just a matter of time. This storm's coming. It's probably the worst storm coming in. Fur takers right here. Good job.
Thanks.
That's why I brung you. That's what Kelly Jackson says. That's why I brung him. The day's wearing on and we're really feeling pressured. I hold myself to a high standard. I like 6 to 10 kills a show. The editors, sometimes that's too much information, but it isn't always about the kill. Don't think that that's what I think. I know you guys are watching this show, you want to see coyotes getting killed. On this next stand, I called in 2 coyotes. There's coyotes right there. Coyote coming right to the fence. Oh, there's 2 of them. There's one leaving. You got him? Oh! They come right to a fence. They held up at the fence. The cameraman got on him, shot right over him. I just missed again. It's 2 today. I hate missing, and we'll move on to the next stand. I kept telling John, let's find this pond down in here. We got down there to the pond, set up on it. We start calling. Right to my left, I see a coyote. Coyote left. Coyote left right here. He's going right. Okay, you got him. I'm gonna shoot him right there. Oh, he's behind the gully. I'm gonna switch sounds. We kept on it, kept playing. I switched up the sounds. I went to a woodpecker.
Sure enough, here comes, if not the same one, a different one comes up the same side there on the left side of that pond dam. And
Coyote on the top.
Woo! Woo! Nice shot. Redemption, booyah, way to go, brother. That was a good shot, brother.
Thanks. Let's go pick it up.
What a beautiful big coyote. Oh my heck. What a tank. Look how pretty. These 2 females today are just gorgeous dogs. Well, we've had a heck of a good time in 2 days, John Brown. 2 days. Killed 7, missed 2. You did pretty good for your first time guiding.
The amount of knowledge that I'm taking away from these past 2 days, you can't match it. It was fun to be around 2 guys that have hunted together as long as Garvin and Al have. They allowed me into that circle, which I appreciate.
well, this is our 20th year of Al and I hunting together, and you know, it's been a struggle. It's hard to, you know, keep everyone's personalities in check, but with 20 years and 4 world championships, I couldn't have a better partner.
We had an excellent good time. Getting back to these stands, it was like going down memory lane. To win our 4th world championship this year was really cool. To be inducted to the Hall of Fame, the second one to get the award after Bill Countess, means everything to me. Bill's my idol. He's my hero, and love him to death. The only reason we're here is because of Bill Countess. The only reason John's out here is because of Bill. The only reason we're out here, the only reason we've won 4 world championships is because of Bill Countess. And Bill, we love you, man. I wish you were here with us. Fur takers here from the Ute Mountain. We're gonna call this a wrap, and we'll see you down the road.